Hi, I'm Rekha and I'm the Chief Trainer of KalpaTharu Consulting. So those who are planning to appear for PMP exam, I found a common query on how to submit a PMP application form, or they have numerous doubts on the application form. So this led us to release this video on how to submit PMP application form. So let's look into that, and we are going to go from the basics of looking into the website link as well. So shall we? So right, if you search PMI, you will get this pmi.org website. Just click and go into that. And then, yes, you can find this page. Basically, you need to create a login. Okay, so there should be a login. If you already have a login, then click into the login, and the next we will see how to submit the application form. If you have not already created a login, then you need to click on register to create a login. So clicking on register, so you have to enter the details. So first comes the personal information, your name and your primary email ID, and all these details are very simple. Tell me more about yourself, about your company, and you can update all these informations and then confirm your password and again repeat your password. Select a security question and then an answer. Click on I have read and agreed to PMI privacy policy and click on create, by which you're going to create an account, or create an account in PMI website. So let's assume that you can do that, and once you create, an account is opened, and now let us see how we are going to submit the application form. Okay, so you have created a login and you are logging through your credential you have created. And now if you see the screen here, when you hover on the certifications, you get these options. So we are going to submit the application form PMP. So click on this. And you get apply for PMP certification. Apply now for your application form. So once you click on that button, you get this screen. So it is a very simple process, right? So PMP application form. So first you have your education. So your highest level of education, if you click on this, you get the drop down. You can select from there, and which year you attended, from which year to which year, which country or region, professional education, where you have, like, you would have completed your certification in an institution. So you can mention the institution name, the course title. Basically, you can refer to the name, course name, which is given on the application form. Generally, an organization, a training institute will provide you the course completion certificate. So you can mention that title, and again the course dates and qualifying hours. Qualifying hours should be 35 hours. So if it is less than that, you will not be able to submit your application form. See, I mentioned 23 here. Yeah, I have to mention, let's say, my organization name, KalpaTharu Consulting, and it's a PMP, Preparatory Training Program. Let's take from Jan 2024 to December, Feb 2024. Save. Right, only 23 hours of 35 is been updated. So edit your education. You should ensure that 35 hours, that is your mandatory requirement to take up the exam. So here you can find the tick, right? So ensure that you have this many hours of training and you update the same. Okay, and then you can continue. Maybe I will take bachelor degree, year 90, just as an example. Okay, Madras University. Just to ensure it is not letting me to go to the next page. Hence, I'm updating it. This is not the final one. Okay, it is still not. Yeah, now you can see continue to experience. So here you have to mention a 36 months of project experience. Okay. So as you see in the title, project title, organization name, job title, and then functional reporting, which functional reporting you can select from the drop down, and then the organization primary focus. See, all these are very clear. There is no requirement to help you in submitting the application form. Again, if you see the approach methodology, is it traditional, is it agile or hybrid, you need to select accordingly. And then the team size, and then the currency, the budget, the project dates, and whether it is in progress. I would suggest you to submit the project details of the completed projects. Though there is an option to say in progress, I would suggest submit the details of the projects which you have completed. And you can see there is a text box, and in this text box, you can see that a typical response has to be between 200 to 500 words. And yeah, you have to mention the project objective, outcome, and your role and the responsibilities in your project. Okay. What I would suggest is, before even you enter the details directly here, so organization name, these things you can mention, project title, all these things you can directly enter. But here in this text box, instead of directly entering the objectives, outcomes, and other details about the project, I would suggest create another Word file, type everything, get it vetted, and then you update the project details here. Okay. So what information has to be updated here? Yeah, it's clear, like you have to submit the project objectives, outcome, your role in the project, and your responsibilities and deliverables. But what exactly you have to update? Let me guide on that as well. So this is basically, I share this template to my students. Let me share with you as well. So in the Word file, you can have a project title, project dates. So when I mention dates, mention the month and the year. For example, it can be January 2020 till let's say November 2022. Okay. So mention the month and the year, and then what is your project role? See, ideally you should be, it is not about the designation. What is your role in the project? Ideally, it has to be project lead or project manager. Okay. So let me retain here as project manager. Then project objective. What is project objective? See, with what intention you started the project would be the project objective. Okay. See, let's take, for example, you are going to build a net banking system for a bank. Okay. So the objective would be, as per, this is just an example, as per the customer requirement to build a net banking system to match. We have already mentioned the net banking system for their account holders. And you can mention so on account holders to facilitate their bank transaction, to have a seamless bank transactions, and so on. So objective would be with what intention the project is being started. So it has to be in the future tense, to build a net banking system. Now, what is project outcome? Outcome is at the end of the project, what you have completed. So you can say successfully, this is just as an example, successfully built the net banking system as per the customer requirement. You can say included all these modules, maybe a couple of or a few things, and then you were able to complete it within time or within schedule or something, right? So try to mention a two-liner. So again, to repeat, project objective is what you intended to build in the project. The start of the project, what you started, with what intention you started the project. Outcome would be at the end of the project, that is by November 2022 in this case, at the end of the project, what you completed, that what was the outcome. And then your role would be, we have mentioned the project manager, and then the deliverables and the responsibilities. See, let me share the process flow of project management, the 49 process map from the PMBOK 6, which will guide you on what to mention here. So let me share that file and then discuss further. See, basically, you as a project manager or project lead, you would have done all these steps right from starting to develop the project charter, identifying the stakeholders and come out with the stakeholder register. Step by step, you would have developed the various plans, come out with the risk management plan and various things. And then you would have built your product by executing your project by like bringing the resources into the project, providing the trainings and rewards and recognitions, communicating the project status with the stakeholders, and also monitor and control. You will be checking whether the scope is in line with the scope which was defined. So you will be doing various steps. So you'll be doing various steps in the monitoring, controlling, and finally closing. So this table would give you an idea like how you can present it or what you would have done in your project. Okay. So based on that, you can enter the details in that Word file, and from there you can transfer that to the PMI website. Okay. So if you see here, you can say develop the project charter, obtain. This is just as a sample. So you need to include your responsibilities and deliverables in all the stages of the project, from all the stages of the project, that is initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. So which means that you have been involved in the end-to-end of the project. So what you can do, you can draft this. Maybe you can revise, you can check once again, and you can take the support of your trainer or your coach to vet it and finalize it. So once you have finalized this, you can update that in the text box in the PMI application form. Okay. Right. So you are going to enter all these details here and then save the experience. See, in total, the total duration has to be for 36 months. You need not mention one single project for the entire 36 months. But if your project is so huge, which is going beyond 36 months, it is okay. Please do mention it. But if it is okay to mention multiple projects of small projects, small duration projects. Let's say there is one project of 6 months. There is another project of 10 months. There is another project of 1 year. So you may have to, as you save this, you will get new screen of the same details, and you need to enter the details. So likewise, you can enter multiple projects to total for a minimum of 36 months, right? This is one point. Another point to notice, the projects should not be overlapping. For example, if you have completed a project in November 2022, your project, the next project should start later to that. You cannot have an overlapping period. Then your time is being split up between projects. Then we cannot say it is a 36 months duration project, correct, in total. So the projects has to be an overlapping project. And another detail, yeah. If you see here, you are going to mention the approach or methodology. So if you're going to use an agile method or a hybrid method, you should also ensure the agile related responsibilities or deliverables are mentioned here. For example, it can be conducting a daily stand-up meeting and coordinating with the product owner, having a sprint retrospective meeting, or you would have come out with requirements using Moscow, minimal viable product, right? So these terminologies and these tools has to be mentioned here in the row responsibilities and deliverables in the text box, which will justify that you have used an agile or a hybrid method. Traditional method, the table which I showed, from there you can share. So basically it should depict your responsibility or deliverable in the project right from the start till the end of the project. Okay. So once you enter all these details, like you can enter the details for one project, save the experience, again the details for the next project, save the experience, and so on, to total it to minimum of 36 months. See, one more thing, you may have n number of, you may have a huge experience. Let's say you have almost 20 years of experience in project management. You need not bring in all 20 years of experience here. They are asking minimum 36 months. Okay. So that much is more than sufficient to reflect or mention in the details here. So this 36 months of project management experience should be within the last 8 years. Okay, so any experience before that is not considered. So this 36 months within the last 8 years it should be. Another point, again, remember, non-overlapping. It has to be unique experience. And here you have to mention initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. In all these stages, what you have done, you can use the 49 process map, which I shared, which is part of PMBOK 6. And in case it is agile, you have to use those terminologies where you would have conducted daily stand-up meeting, retrospective, used Moscow, empowering the team. It's common to both the methods. So agile specific terminologies also has to be mentioned here, which justifies you having followed the agile or a hybrid method. So once you've updated, you can see like it keeps updating your experience, and then finally continue to exam details, which means you can submit your application form. Got it? See, once you have entered the details, then you can either remove the experience or edit the experience, right? And then if you have completed providing all the experience, for example, I've mentioned some details. So it shows 36 months have been met, and then continue to exam. So from here, it is very simple, where you are going to enter the exam location, your citizenship, and then few other basic, these information I've already updated, and then submit your application form. So once you submit the application form, it gets submitted. PMI will consume basically 5 working days to review your application form and approve it. Okay. I hope you understood how to submit the application form for basically the PMP application form with PMI. Okay. All the very best. Do well. And you can reach out to us if you have any clarifications or queries further. If this video was informative, please like our video and subscribe to our channel for more learnings on project management and PMP certification. All the very best. Thank you.